have a chance. Richarlison. Cuts it back. Oh, what a goal! First up! It's just the 5th minute.
Still Lewandowski. Still Doski. Finds Dembele, and Dembele scores an equaliser. What a pass from Lewandowski. He has been the best player. He has actually got 2 assists. One of Gavi's goal and now Dembele's goal.
And City wins! City won the match. Manchester City won the match.
Hello everybody, this is Brisbane05 Blast here and welcome back to another video of this channel. In today's match, we're actually going to be doing the second match day of the World Cup clash as we have the hosts, USA, taking on the dark horses of the World Cup, Australia. As that match is going to be taking place at the Dignity Health Sports Park in Los Angeles, well in FC 26. As in real life, the match is actually going to be taking place at Seattle. Because Seattle, they don't actually have a stadium in FC 26. So Dignity Health Sports Park is actually going to be the stadium where the match is going to be taking place at. So for USA and Australia, both these sides have actually had a perfect start to their campaign. Starting with USA as they got a huge win over Paraguay thanks to a masterclass performance from Balogun, being the first American player to score a brace. And of course a wonderful strike from Gio Reyna and that unlucky own goal from Bobadilla, which made sure that USA had scored 4 goals, which is actually the first time they've actually done it. So creating history for that team. Where Australia, on the other hand, they were actually the underdogs against Turkey, but somehow managed to hold on against Turkey's relentless attack, and they managed to beat them 2-0 thanks to a wonderful finish from Nestory, Irankunda, and of course Connor Metcalfe's wonderful strike to double the lead for the Aussies, and Patrick Beach completely being a brick wall, making non-stop saves, which gave Australia their first 3 points of the campaign. Now the fun part is, Australia, they're actually a very good team, but also that's also the nation that I'm actually residing in. Because, to be fair, Australia, I have a feeling that Australia would actually go further this tournament, at least quarterfinals. Because during the last 5 World Cups, Australia didn't actually have an easy group. They had the likes of Brazil in probably their first World Cup. Then second World Cup, I don't kind of remember about it, but they had very rough teams. And then in the 2014 one, it was a group of death with Spain and Netherlands, and the dark horses Chile, 2018 France, 2022 also France. So it hasn't been easy for Australia. Whereas in 2026, this is the first time that Australia has actually been put in an easy group. Well, sort of, because they're actually put under the hosts USA, Turkey, and of course Paraguay. But however, I haven't actually supported Australia. I haven't actually been integrated in supporting Australia because, to be fair, Argentina is the favorite team I support mostly when I see the World Cup, mostly because of Lionel Messi. But ever since Australia have done the unthinkable, making it through the round of 16 for the first time in 16 years, only to have an unlucky clash against Argentina, I have a feeling that Australia are the team to actually go further this tournament. And yeah, unfortunately, I don't actually have the Australia jersey because I wasn't actually supporting Australia that time. But now since I'm fully integrated in supporting Australia, I am ready for this. And I really hope that us Aussies, the green and gold, can get the job done against USA. We're just going to see and find out. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get to the match to see both the teams calling the sports soccer as they clash to see who will get into the round of 32. Alright guys, we're here at the Dignity Health Sports Park to see a wonderful World Cup game here as we have the United States of America taking on Australia. So as you can see, both these sides have had a perfect start to their World Cup campaign. We're starting off with USA. They got a huge win over Paraguay, beating them 4-1. Whereas Australia, they pulled off a huge upset, beating Turkey 2-0. And this match will basically decide to see who will get a ticket to the round of 32. The hosts have an easy task after this. But the dark horse team like Australia, it's not going to be easy. But this match will decide their fate to see who will make it to the round of 32. Right now, let's enjoy the national anthems. Alright guys, let's start with USA's lineup. Freeze is the man in goal. Robinson, Ream, Richards, Nestory defenders. Way, Adams, McKennie, Pulisic are your midfielders. Tillman is the cam. And Balogun is literally the man up top. So as you can see, USA, they're completely stacked. And Mauricio Pochettino is of course the manager here. But yeah, I mean, USA, they have a pretty easy task. After this, they're up against Turkey, which they should be easily winning, given the fact that they're the home team here and the hosts at this tournament. Whereas Australia, they're the dark horse team. And given the fact that they've qualified in every World Cup from 2006 onwards, it hasn't been easy for them. They've always been put to a difficult group. So this would be something if they can get a huge win against the hosts. So Australia's starting lineup here. Ryan is the man in goal. Boss, Hetherington, and of course midfield is here. Toure, the man up top. But yeah, Boss, Harrington, Suter, Chirkati, Italiano are your defenders. Irankunda, O'Neill, Irvine, Leckie are your midfielders. And Toure is going to be the man up top. So this game is going to be very crazy here. Who's going to win this match and who will cement their spot at the round of 32? We're just going to see and find out. Looks like Australia is going to be the one to kick off first. Here's Irvine. Irvine finds Italiano. And what I said earlier, whoever qualifies to the round of 32 means whoever gets an automatic ticket to the round of 32. Because if whoever loses, they actually have a chance to get a win in the last match day. Depends if they perform pretty well. But as you can see, Australia have a free kick here at a very dangerous spot, but not in sight to go for goal. And looks like it's going to be Jordan Boss to actually take the free kick. He finds Jackson Irvine. Irvine with it with a wonderful turn, but his effort just goes off wide. And Tony Popovic is the manager for Australia, even though it's showing literally blank there, but I kind of know the managers here for Australia. For USA, the manager is Pochettino. For Australia, it is Tony Popovic. But looks like it's going to be a goal kick here for USA. Freeze, of course, is somehow the starter as a goalkeeper for some reason. I thought it was going to be Turner. But anyway, here's Weston McKennie. McKennie to Pulisic. McKennie with it. Pulisic to Tillman. Tillman to Pulisic. Pulisic shoots and he scores the opening goal for the hosts. Things are going swimmingly for the captain as USA, with just literally one shot, they're already up by 1 goal and things are not going good for Australia here. But you got to take a look at this wonderful finish here from Pulisic. Just strikes past Matthew Ryan. Popovic is fuming because he thought that he could save it. But it is what it is as USA get a huge lead over the Aussies. Looks like here's Timothy Weah with it. Still Timothy Weah. Timothy Weah to Robinson. Robinson makes a wonderful cross, but Australia get this one away. Here's Balogun. Balogun to Pulisic, but what a interception here from the Aussies here. Now here's Chirkati. Chirkati to Jackson Irvine. Irvine to O'Neill. O'Neill tries to find Irvine, but what an interception here from the US. Here's Balogun. Balogun to Tillman. Tillman to Balogun. Balogun to Pulisic. But what a savior. Or it's actually not Pulisic. I really don't know who actually went for the shot. I think that was Weston McKennie. But anyway, USA have the corner. And it's Malik Tillman to actually go for it. He goes long. But Australia get this one away. Just clears it out for safety here. Balogun with it. Adams. Adams to Richards. But what a tackle here from one of the Australian players. Here's Toure. Toure to Nestory Irankunda. But somehow his pass was not good, as USA get the ball so easily. Here's Tyler Adams, not Shea Adams. If you're pretty confused, Shea Adams is Scottish. This is Tyler Adams you're talking about. Malik Tillman with it. Tillman to Tyler Adams. Back to Tillman. Tillman to Balogun, but what an interception again from the Aussies. O'Neill with it. O'Neill to Toure. Or actually Irankunda. Irankunda finds Toure. Torre to Jordan Boss. Boss to Torre. But USA are just... They've just been too good. Now here's Serginho Dest. Dest to Pulisic. Pulisic to Richards. Richards to Adams. Adams to Balogun. Balogun to Tillman. Tillman to McKennie. The person who tried to go for the shot to double the lead for the US. But right now, Pulisic is on the attack. The captain finds Richards or Weston McKennie. And he actually found Balogun. But Ryan makes a wonderful save as USA have earned themselves a corner kick. Malik Tillman's going to be the one to take it. He goes long. But the Aussies gets this one easily. Here's O'Neill with it, but I think it's going to be a free kick here for USMNT. And it's going to be number 10 to actually take the free kick for USA. Matthew Ryan is trying to predict and see where he's going to shoot. And who else but the LeBron James of soccer to take the free kick. He's going to get a bit of support here. Ream is going to be the one for support. Pulisic actually dummies. Ream to Tillman. Tillman shoots, but what a save here from Ryan. And he goes long to find Nestory Irankunda. Now here's Irankunda with it. Irankunda to Boss. Boss to Torre. Torre to Irvine. But USA, they have been defensively pretty good here. And now here's Malik Tillman. Tillman to Christian Pulisic. Pulisic to Dest. Dest back to Pulisic. Then to Dest again. Irankunda is the one to mark him. But Dest finds Tillman. And somehow Tillman manages to go past O'Neill. He does get the tackle. He finds Torre. Torre to Irankunda, who has now become the young Aussie to score the World Cup goal. Can he actually score a goal here for the Australians? We just don't know. But right now, USA do get the possession of the ball. It was a bit of a wasted attack here from the Aussies. And as you can see from the last 15 minutes, USMNT have completely dominated against the Australians. 3 shots and 64% of the possession. But can the Australians bounce back? Here's O'Neill. O'Neill shoots. But what a save here from Freeze. But it's still with the Aussies. Here's Torre. Torre to O'Neill. O'Neill to Irvine. But Tim Ream gets an easy touch. Finds Malik Tillman. 3 minutes to go already here. And as you can see, USMNT have been bossing this game. And it makes sense because they are the hosts of this tournament. So definitely there are expectations for them to actually top this group. And that's what they're doing right now. Here's Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams to Timothy Weah. Back to Tyler Adams. Then to Weah. 1 minute of added time here for stoppage. Here's Malik Tillman. Robinson with it. Is he going to cross it? Robinson to Tillman. Still Tillman. Tillman to Tyler Adams. Adams to Weah. Weah to Robinson. Robinson to Balogun. Balogun to Pulisic. Pulisic shoots. And he doubles the lead for USA. This man is literally the LeBron James of soccer. Because he's right now scored 2 goals against the Australia. And the heritage of the Australians. But you got to take a look at this finish. What a pass here from Balogun. And what a finish here from Pulisic. This man always comes clutch when it comes to donning the USA jersey. And Ryan could not save this one. But what a finish from Pulisic. As USA have been flawless in the first half. And looks like it's going to be halftime as USA have a 2-goal lead over Australia. And who else but Christian Pulisic to be the man. A handful for defenders here from this man. Defenders could not really do anything to prevent Christian Pulisic from scoring, as he's been non-stop. His all-round play has been pretty good. As halftime, it's USA 2, Australia 0. Alright guys, we're going to take a look at the first half recap here. As Australia, of course, kick off. But yeah, the first half was scintillating. USA have completely dominated. And it shows on the score sheet here. What a pass from the number 17. And what a finish from Pulisic. Curling effort to bamboozle Matthew Ryan. But I'm pretty sure Tony Popovic in real life may have other ideas. To maybe get Patrick Beach. Yes, Patrick Beach. He's actually the player who's actually started against Turkey. And not Ryan. But yeah, as you can see, what a chance here from Weston McKennie to actually double the lead for USA. But Ryan makes a wonderful save. And then it was Balogun. Balogun had the opportunity again to double the lead, but still could not score. But then, of course, Pulisic scores the goal to give USA a slender lead and a comfortable one. Ryan is fuming because they thought that they can actually come back. But when you're up against Pulisic, you know it's going to be very hard. Let's take a look at the match facts here. As you can see, USA, as usual, have more chances than Australia. 6 shots, 5 shots on target to Australia's 2 shots, 1 shot on target. Possession-wise, they've dominated 66% to Australia's 34%. And let's take a look at the performance here. As you can see, Australia, their only best player right here is Suta, as he's been carrying this team. But yeah, when you're up against a team like USA, of course, Malik Tillman actually got the assist for USA's first goal. And then Balogun got the assist for USA's second goal. And Christian Pulisic scored 2 goals of that. But Malik Tillman has completely bossed the pitch as he got the assist. And has also been doing well in controlling the midfield area. But yeah, second half is going to be coming up shortly. Hope you're excited for this one. Because I'm definitely going to be excited, because even though USA do have a 2-goal lead over the Australians, don't count the Aussies off, because I'm pretty sure that they have a glimmer of hope to actually come back here. But we're just going to see and find out. Anyway, guys, second half is coming up shortly, right after the break. Alright, guys, looks like second half has already commenced, and USA is going to be the one to kick off. It's Malik Tillman with it. Tillman to Dest. Dest to McKennie. McKennie to Tyler Adams. Then to McKennie. McKennie to Serginho Dest. USA are trying to do what they always do. Boss the midfield. Control the possession here. But Aussies are still holding on. Here's Mohamed Toure with it. But as usual, USA, they are completely built different when it comes to playing at this wonderful field. Now here's Toure, but Robinson makes a wonderful interception. Malik Tillman with it. Tillman to Weah. Timothy Weah to Balogun. Balogun shoots. And it's going to be an annihilation here for the USA. A USA domination, as Australia have no answers to defend shots from Pulisic and now Balogun. Balogun, who's already got the assist for Pulisic, has now registered himself on the score sheet as he scored to give USA's 3rd goal of the match. And Tony Popovic, again, is really fuming because Australia haven't learned from their first half blunders. Now here's Nestory Irankunda. Irankunda to Jackson Irvine. Irankunda with it. Irvine. But again, USA are just controlling the midfield. Tillman with it. Well, it's actually Balogun, but I don't know. So many players actually going closer to each other. Here's Serginho Dest. McKennie with it. McKennie to Adams. Adams back to McKennie. Here's Chris Richards. McKennie with it. Here's... I don't know who actually went for the shot. But what a savior from Ryan. But it's going to be substitution here for USA. Tyler Adams comes off for Aronson. And it's going to be a corner kick for USA. Tillman is going to be the one to take it. He goes long, but Ryan was there to take it as he boots it off. But it's still going to be with USA. Here's Tillman. Tillman to Aronson. Aronson to Balogun. Back to Aronson. Aronson to Tillman. Tillman shoots, but it hits the hand of the Aussie. And it's going to be a penalty. And it's Chirkati that has literally just got himself into more mess as USA have just won a penalty. But it's going to be a substitution here for the Americans again. Tim Ream comes off for Roldan. And it's going to be Pulisic, the player to take the penalty. He's on the verge of scoring a hat-trick. Will he do it? He does score a hat-trick. This man is literally having a day of his life as he's just scored a hat-trick on Aussie's head tops basically. Ryan literally just dived the wrong way. Pulisic went for an usual Panenka, and it's completely bonkers here for the Aussies. But things are going to go bad to worse for the Australians as they've not actually troubled the keeper here. O'Neill finds Torre, but what a tackle here. Like I said, Freese is literally aura farming because he has that aura. Like no one is going past him, mostly because the defenders doing their wonderful job. And now is Weston McKennie with it. McKennie to Aronson. Aronson to Roldan. Roldan to Aronson. Aronson to Weah. Weah to Robinson. Robinson to Timothy Weah. Timothy Weah with it, but what a tackle here from the number 3. Now here's O'Neill. O'Neill to Irankunda. Irankunda to Irvine. Irvine makes a wonderful cross to Leckie. Leckie to Irvine. Irvine makes a pass. Tries to find Leckie, but USA gets this one easily. Now this time Australia have the possession of the ball. Here's Leckie with it. Leckie tries to find Torre, but Torre somehow misses the header here as USA gets this one easily. Now here's O'Neill, but Balogun makes an easy touch on the Aussies. Serginho Dest with it. USA have been completely dominating the Australians. Nothing to say here. Pulisic here. Balogun with it. Balogun to Aronson. Aronson to Pulisic. But as you can see, USA has more passing accuracy than Australia. Now here's Robinson with it. Still Robinson. Robinson to Weah. Weah to Aronson. Aronson to Dest. Dest to McKennie. And McKennie just misses the opportunity to make it 5. Substitution here for the for USA as Pulisic, the man to score a hat-trick, is going to be rested as Scally comes on the pitch. And for Australia, it's Italiano coming off for Metcalfe. Irankunda receives the ball. He finds Connor Metcalfe. Here's Nestory Irankunda. But what a tackle here from Jedi Robinson. Robinson to Aronson. Aronson to Timothy Weah. Weah to Tillman or Balogun. Here's Weah. Weah makes a wonderful pass. And Scally's the one to receive it. But what a tackle here from Harrington. Harrington to Leckie. Leckie to Jordan Boss. Boss to Torre. Torre to Irvine. But USA just gets this one easily. 5 minutes left here. And there's nothing much to say. It's going to be a one-sided performance for the USMNT. Pochettino is going to be the manager to have a smile on his face as he's sending his nation to the round of 32 automatically. Tillman with it. Tillman finds Balogun, but what a savior from Ryan. It's all been USA completely annihilating Australia. A double substitution here for the Australians. O'Neill Suter comes off. And Devlin and Burgess comes in. But it's going to be a corner kick for USA. Balogun's the one to take it. Balogun to Tillman. But yeah, this is getting a very intense. But yeah, Burgess comes on for Suter. And Devlin comes on for O'Neill. But yeah, Aronson finds Tillman. Tillman to Aronson. And somehow Aronson just hits the crossbar. But for some reason, the ball just goes into the net. Crosses the line. As USA registers their 5th goal of the game. And as you can see from the VAR and the goal decision system, the ball has crossed the line. So it's going to be given it as a goal. Unlucky here from Ryan. Easily crossed the line here. As USA registered their 5th goal of the game. And it's Aronson to completely put the exclamation mark and book themselves automatically to the round of 32. Full time here as USA have demolished Australia. 5-0 here. Thanks to a wonderful hat-trick from Christian Pulisic, as he has been a showstopper all day. Basically from start to finish, he has been completely bossing the Australians with no reply here from the Aussies. Full time, it's USA 5, Australia 0. Alright guys, let's take a look at the recap again. We're of course going to be showing the first half highlights, and then we're going to be showing the second half. So as you can see, of course, it was a wonderful pass from Malik Tillman, as we already know who actually assisted on USA's first goal. Pulisic easily makes it 1 with a curling finish. And then I think it was Weston McKennie that actually tried to go for it. But then Ryan makes a wonderful save to deny USA from going even further. And then Balogun tried to go for it. He has actually scored a brace against Paraguay, by the way. Forgot to mention. But he tried to get this one in. But Ryan makes an easy save. But it didn't matter because Pulisic doubles it up for USA. Popovic is really having a nightmare. But then things get worse for the Aussies as Balogun makes it 3. The flags raise. Because what a finish here from this. From a former Hale End player, by the way. This man actually was an Arsenal Youth Academy player. And the man to actually dunk the Aussies. Then Tyler Adams, of course. He had the opportunity to score, but missed it. But then Pulisic scored a hat-trick, sending Ryan the wrong way, and he scored a Panenka. And then, of course, well, not yet. Balogun tried to score a brace here, but Ryan, of course, made a save. Of course, he's been unstoppable. But it didn't matter, because Aronson just blazed that one into the crossbar and, of course, back into the net. Where, of course, somehow the ball crossed the line. But yeah. And as you can see from the match facts, Australia haven't registered a single shot in the second half. 13 shots for them. Aussie, of course, has 2 shots, 1 shot on target. But for USA, 13 shots, 10 shots on target. It has been nothing but a USMNT show. 69% of the possession being controlled by the USMNT to 31% for Australia. And let's go to performance. And as usual, Balogun is the man of the match here. And as you can see, the Australian player, their only best player is Suter and O'Neill. But both of them have been subbed off. But Balogun is basically the only man who's actually getting the man of the match, because he actually got a goal and an assist. And he, of course, dominated in every aspect. Malik Tillman actually got 2 assists. But it still goes to Balogun because he's been unstoppable. Let's just say it. Even though Pulisic got the hat-trick, it's a bit of a disrespect that he didn't get the man of the match award. But it is what it is. Football can be sometimes confusing for people. But anyway, that will be the predicted scoreline for this match, happening basically on Saturday, 5 a.m. early in the morning. Well, if you're living in Australia, of course, but for USA, it's going to be at the afternoon. And I'm pretty sure that many Americans will be happy to see the scoreline. But hopefully the Aussies can really look this past and hope that that is actually just a fictional, because the Australians, they're not giving up a fight. You can see their performance against Turkey, but can they actually do it against USA? We just don't know. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. I will be back for our next match. Goodbye. Hello guys, we're back, and just as you witnessed, USA have completely dominated over Australia, beating them 5-0. You've heard me right. 5-0. Thanks to a masterclass performance from Christian Pulisic. as he scored a hat-trick on Australia's head tops. But not just him, even Balogun has also scored a goal. And also Aronson, coming on from the bench, has scored an absolute laser strike past Matthew Ryan to score USA's 5th goal. But the only reason why Australia has actually conceded 5 goals is because of Matthew Ryan. And yes, Matthew Ryan has actually had European experience and not Patrick Beach. But I have a feeling if they've actually started Patrick Beach, it could have been a different scoreline because he's been a brick wall. I'm just saying, he's actually made so many saves against Turkey. But this is just FC26 predicting the scoreline. We're just going to see what will happen in real life. But as I said from the start, I haven't actually supported Australia. But ever since I watched Australia's first match, which was against Tunisia in the 22 World Cup, I have a feeling that I might start getting to support Australia. I might get integrated to supporting this team because I love the green and gold. And I have a feeling that Australia, even though they've actually lost to USA in FC26, of course 5-0, that's just FC26 prediction. But I have a feeling that upsets will happen. And I have a feeling that Australia will get the job done and hopefully can beat USA. But we're just going to see and find out. Only time will tell because USA are the favourites and they are the hosts of this tournament. So beating USA, especially on their home turf, is not going to be easy. But we're just going to see and find out. Anything can happen, right? But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe. This is Brisbane 05 Blaster here, signing off.